Big picture, you come back off of a break and get a win in Calgary. I guess that has to feel good considering the way you went into the break, maybe.
For sure. It's a huge win, obviously. Going into the break, losing a divisional game against Vancouver and then coming out of it and winning a big one against Calgary, our last game against them in the regular season, which is crazy. It's only December and we're done with them right now. So, but yeah, massive one.
I wanted to ask you about the hit that Mackenzie Wieger put on Connor McDavid last night. How did you guys feel about that hit? When McDavid was hit like that earlier this year, there was quite a response in the moment from the team. Do you feel you guys did enough as a group when something like that happened?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a tough one. Like, I was on the ice for it, and I was like, I thought he was going to make a play on it because he got around him. So I didn't fully see the knee until afterwards watching it, even though I was right there. But you never want to see him go down, and I think he's obviously an amazing player, and his ability to get around guys one-on-one, whether it's intentional or not. I mean, there's still a knee that comes out, at least what I saw when I rewatched it, right? So I think that's one thing. And I think as a group, I think we responded in kind of the way that we play and the way that we won the game. It's a tight game there. You have to stay disciplined. But obviously, if a guy, you're going to make sure a guy like that doesn't take liberties on best player in the world and your captain too, right?
So along those lines, you want to make sure a guy doesn't take liberties so the refs can take care of it with a penalty. That didn't happen. Yep. Players can take care of it themselves as well. Like I said, you did the one time before. What's the difference in terms of when's the right time and when's it not?
I mean, the other one was way more egregious in my opinion. I think it was I think the two same things happened with the knee, but I think that the Edler one was right in front of our bench, and it was a clear cut. Connor beat him, and his knee got stuck out, and the way Connor went down, and it looked like he was in pain there. I think with this one, he kind of got up and whatever. But I mean, I think that Edler one, just from a reactionary standpoint, seemed a little bit more intentional than this one, I guess. But again, we're nitpicking. They're both plays where Connor beats a guy, and then for whatever reason, reactionary or not, and he gets kind of stuck out, and the ref didn't catch that one. I don't know what he said. I didn't talk to him, the ref, but yeah.
Do you feel that mentality is still prevalent in the game?
Which one?
That if somebody gets touched, okay, we got to do something. We either got to fight or go after him, or is it different now? Does the power play? I know you didn't get one, but do you use the power play to punish people in a situation like that?
Well, I think it's kind of depends on the situation, on the hit, on the intent behind it, right? I think the game has obviously changed in a way that fighting in general is down, right, from the 80s, 90s, whatever you want to go back to that era. But at the same time, you got to make sure that guys aren't taking liberties with your players and whatnot. So I think there's also a time and a place too, with regards to the type of game it is. And I think in last game, that game, we got a 2-1 win, right? And Connor scored the game winner. So kind of that says it all from his standpoint, right? He was able to punish them in a different way, right?
You guys are kind of in a win one, lose one mode, but at the same time you're holding your ground. You're not losing any space. Is that okay until you guys sort of get your wheels under you and get on the roll that you kind of got into last year?
Sure. I mean, is it okay? You want to win every game, right?
But you're not worried about not putting together two or three.
No, I think we're a really confident group. Like we've been through a lot of adversity as a group, and you mentioned last year. I think that was kind of a test of the group's adversity, and we have the majority of the team back from last year that went through that. So I think for us, we know what we're capable of. We know how good the group is. It's just a matter of putting it together consistently, and last game was a big win. And we have to start to string them together here, and once you do that, you're in a good spot.
Dallas and Calgary must reinforce that belief. You need to see something, and those are the kind of games where you see it. Okay, we lost to Vancouver, but we're not junk.
Yeah, I think reinforce the belief more for you guys in the fan base. I think for us, with our group, we're well aware of the way we can play and how effective we can be when we play it. It's just a matter of doing it consistently, like I said. And I think for us, we've had key players been out at different times, right? and we've been able to kind of fight that adversity and have guys step up throughout our lineup and continue to do so. So it's you need to go through adversity through a season, and we had to battle through that and start stringing games together.
I wanted to ask you about Connor's goal yesterday, and in times like even last season, there are times where he works himself into high danger chances and sometimes deferred to his teammates. This year, he's very decisive with his willingness to shoot. Is that prevalent to you as well?
Well, he's got 36 goals, so yeah. I mean, I think that his number, like his goals, speak for itself. Right? I think he's having a more willingness to shoot the puck, obviously, and he creates so many chances for his line mates, and he's still doing that. But I think he's taking advantage of those chances himself as well.
Such an underrated component of his game, his shot.
Yeah, I think he's worked on it a ton. I've trained with him in the summer, and he works on scoring goals. Right? I think. I've played with him for 2 years now, and I think he's gotten better this year than he was last year. So I can't imagine for the guys who have been with him for his whole career and kind of watched his game develop, and it's fun to watch the best player in the world try to get better, right? I mean, and that's what he's been doing, and he's playing his best hockey now, and it's fun to watch.
On another note, tonight is the skills competition. Do you guys kind of already know who your fastest skater is, your most accurate shot or hard shot?
Fastest skater is not skating in the fastest skater competition today. You got to rest him for that. But yeah, I mean, like I think I'm doing the accuracy shooting and the hardest shot, and I don't think I've taken a slap shot in my entire career. So we may be seeing 80s for my slap shot.
You hoping to break 80?
I'll break 80. My wrist shot breaks 80. So I think my wrist shot might be harder than my slap. It's funny, like the game from like a forward perspective. Like I remember as a kid watching, and you'd have like these wingers come down the wall and wind up for a big slap shot. And nowadays it's all half slap shots, and like how fast can you get the puck off your stick rather than can you load it up and walk into one, right? So I think the D will have the advantage in that one.
So what's a realistic goal for you?
I don't know. I've never done it. Probably 90s, I would hope. Low 90s. Some guys might break 100.
You gotta give yourself a little bit more credit.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just close my eyes and pound the puck. Right? No, but yeah, it's fun.
Accurate shot is your competition to go for then tonight?
Well, yeah, if there's a stick battle competition, we can do that one. No, there's no stick battle. No, yeah, it'll be fun. I'm just playing it down. I'll do well on those. Just watch the numbers. Yeah, just watch the numbers.